So Luke Bennett will start this race on pole position for the 13th edition of Thursday Night Lights. The console joins him on the front row. Fantastic effort from him, putting it on the front row alongside our esports driver Effie in third place. Then we've got Uni Clark joining him on the second row, Doftinho and Grandad Stee on the third row, Kenbo, Lionsfoot on the fourth row. Kenbo, a homeboy in this one, American driver, definitely will have lots of fans in the crowd cheering for him. Amber Chewy and Lecky on the fifth row in 9th and 10th, Traven and Tuggy Bear next, Tro Fury and Mav starting at the back. We're going to get going for our sprint race. I would just like to say, if you're watching live on YouTube, get yourself involved in the Robbins Racing League. Head to www.robbinsracing.co.uk. We run 5 nights a week, live commentary, live broadcast on every single one of our leagues. We're going to get going for our sprint race now, boys. The Thursday Night Lights Championship, 13th edition, here at Watkins, Glen. When the 5 lights go out, we will be underway. And lights are out, we're underway. Looks like a good start from pole position for... Oh no, look, the console's up into the lead. So Luke Bennett bogged down off the line there. The console straight up into the lead, and it looks like someone went up the inside there, looked up the inside of Luke, but couldn't make the position stick. So Doftinho losing heaps of time. He's dropped down to 13th position already. Tuggy Bear's up to 6th place. Lionsfoot looks to be challenging Amber Chewy as they come through the uphill section. That twisty, flat out bit up the hill. And it looks like we've got Lecky up the inside of Tuggy Bear into P6. Is he going to go for a move up the inside of Lionsfoot? He's definitely challenging. And these guys are going to go 3 wide into the chicane, and it looks as though Tuggy holding it on ahead of Kenbo, and he's looking all over the back of Lionsfoot here for P6. Back with our leaders, the console, with that fantastic start off the line. He has got Luke Bennett all over him as they come through the first half a lap here. They've already dropped Effie by 2 seconds, so these guys having it out amongst themselves at the minute. And Luke Bennett looking to the inside of the console. He's left the door wide open as Alex, but Luke with a compromised exit, taking a tighter line coming out of that corner, and the console's going to maintain P1 for the time being. But while these boys battle out, Effie will definitely look to close in on these guys in that Ferrari 488. So the console with the lead of the race, fantastic bite off the line as we see Effie wobbling in the background. Oh, Effie, yellow flag from the middle sector. Effie spins. So looks like Lecky up into a podium position. Our Robbins Racing moderator running in the top 3 for the sprint race in the Thursday Night Lights Championship. We're going to keep an eye on Lecky as we stay with our leaders here. Luke Bennett has a look up the inside. He's going to go for a move on the console. No, has to back out of it at the end. He looked like he was almost committed to that one, but Luke in the end bailing out of that. Sensible decision from our esports driver. Plenty of experience in racing despite being only 14 years of age. The console, wise old head, close the door. Fantastic racecraft from these guys as they come down this long straight up towards the chicane. And Luke Bennett definitely too far back to go for a move at the minute. As we look back to our battle for P7, Kenbo, our American driver in his home race, looking to the outside of Traven. Is he going to go for a move as we come under braking here? No, he backs out of that one. Decides not to go for it. Amber Chewy is up to 5th place. He's got ahead of Tuggy Bear for P5. Tuggy Bear lost a couple of places that time around. Back with our boys. Traven here with his mirrors full of Kenbo, a little bit of a wobble. Kenbo not too good through there. Uni Clark definitely looking to pounce. Uni Clark's had a terrible start to this race, as did Doftinho and Effie as well, with his little spin that he had coming out of the third to last corner. Lost bags of time. Not good for these guys. Luke is up into the lead. He's got around the console for P1. Luke Bennett must have made the move somewhere around the middle of the lap. We didn't catch that on the stream, but Luke Bennett will look to have the ascendancy. He goes a little bit wide out the second to last corner. We know that the console has plenty of pace in the GTEs. Only 0.4 of a second separating these boys in quali, and the console still sticking with him. So let's hope that Alex can give him a good battle in this one. We know that Luke obviously has loads of talent, but said he didn't do a whole lot of practice for this one. Maybe the console is going to have the advantage with heavy fuel loads. We'll have to stick with this one. Silver Fox says the launch T1 critical for the console. Well, it's not worked out for him at the moment, Silver Fox. He's lost the position to Luke, but I'm sure that he can fight back here. We're going to have a look at our battle here for P6. It looks like we've got Traven closing onto the back of Tuggy Bear. What's Kembo up to? He's dropped back off the back of Traven a little bit. He's got Grandad Steve for company, it looks like. Silver Fox saying the console cannot afford to let Luke pull away from him. He's got to stick with him, stay in that slipstream, and we're going to have a look at the lead battle here because it looks like something's going on. It looks like the console is up into P1 again. So Luke Bennett's had a little bit of a wobble somewhere on the lap, and the console now back into P1. We didn't catch that one, but Luke there, we know he's prone to the odd mistake every once in a while. He's got so much pace, but we know he's not the most consistent of drivers. So the console back into P1. Amber Chewy with Tuggy Bear pressuring him here for P5. Tuggy Bear is up into P5. Traven in the background there with Kembo coming back onto him now. We've got Grandad Steel also pressurising Kembo. And is he going to go for a move here around the outside? Nope, he's not close enough to go for that one. Kembo defending the line. Grandad Steel, man from Newcastle, may go for a move at the inside. Nope, bails out of that one, thinks better of it. What are Uni Clark and Duftino up to? These boys flying high in qualifying, not so in the race though. Definitely disappointing in so far. 20 seconds off the race lead. No mandatory pit stop in this one, boys. This is a straight sprint to the line. 20-minute sprint. Is Uni Clark going to try? No, is Duftino going to try and get a good run out of the last corner? Getting the slipstream of Uni Clark. Not close enough that time around it as we come into braking. But Duftino with a lovely exit there, slotting beautifully into Uni Clark's slipstream. Back with our race leaders. Luke Bennett still not letting the console get away. The console, well, Silver Fox, one of the console's biggest fans, said that the console can't afford to let Luke pull away. And then Alex did a fantastic job of getting back past our esports driver. So these boys definitely fighting it out at the moment. Lecky, by the way, big shout out to Lecky holding a great position there in P3. 7 seconds off these guys, but he's a couple of seconds clear of Lionsfoot, who's down in P4. So Lecky, brilliant job, hell of a job. I want to say a big shout out also to JR, who's not with us for this one. Oh, is Luke going to try around the outside of the console? Oh, the console squeezes him out. Bit of Robbins racing, good driving from these two, not to keep each other out of the walls. I want to say a big shout out to JR Lock and Load, obviously not with us tonight, having to deal with a few family issues at the moment. We hope everything's well, JR, and we hope that if you're not watching this now, then you're watching this at some point. Best wishes to you from all of us at Robbins Racing. We hope that you're doing as well as you can be in the situation. Luke Bennett there has got a lovely run coming out of turn 1. Is he going to try and make a move going up the hill on the console? He's definitely got the straight line speed as he pulls to the outside. The console going very defensive very early. Luke pulls alongside. These guys are going to go wheel to wheel as they come into the chicane. And the console holds the inside line, holds his nerve. He's not going to get bullied out of that position by Luke Bennett. Lecky's something's happened to Lecky. Lecky's fallen back into P8. We missed that one, but Lionsfoot is up into our final podium spot. The Lecky in the wars, disaster for him, running so well in this sprint race. There's lots of pace in these cars. We did a 141 a couple of laps ago. We're seeing plenty of pace, maybe just can't keep it stuck. We'll keep an eye on Lecky. I'm sure he'll have the pace to come back through. Currently running P8. Gap at the front, 7/10. Sure, this battle is here to stay. Silver Fox definitely in the console's camp, writing instructions on the comments there for the console. Let's hope that Alex can take it all on board and deliver the W in this sprint race here for the Thursday Night Lights Championship, 13th edition here at Robbins Racing, weekly event. First run at the end of August this year. Has been run every single week except 1 week where we had the off season in between seasons 1 and 2. Other than that, it has been a consistent part of the Robbins Racing League weekly community event. No championship points, just pride at stake here for this one. And these two boys at the front taking this one very, very seriously. Having a look back, Doftinho's made his way up to P8. He has got Lecky for company. Grandad Steve seems to have dropped a few positions. We missed what happened to him on the stream, but Grandad Steve losing lots and lots of time. We're going to keep an eye also on Tro, because he does seem to be closing in onto the back of Fury for P12, and he's got Effie also right behind them, so we're going to keep tab on those guys and see what they're up to as this unfolds. We're almost at half distance here, or half time should I say, for our sprint race here at Watkins Glen. And the battle at the front still red hot here, as we've got the console currently holding on from Luke Bennett. I wouldn't say he's holding up. I think that these guys are very evenly matched. Oh, the console's gone wide into the wall, and that's going to allow Luke Bennett out the inside. So the console there maybe feeling the pressure a little bit. I don't know if his tyres are starting to wear off. The track temperature 117 degrees Fahrenheit, that's around 45-50 degrees Celsius. So these soft tyres are going to be absolutely shredded at this. Well, they're going to be wearing out very quickly, to say the least. But Luke Bennett does assume P1 once again. I'm sure that the console has the pace to fight back. These guys so evenly matched around this track in these cars. The console, a bit of a GTE specialist, known in online GTE lobbies for having plenty of pace. So we're going to keep an eye on this battle. Just having a look down the order, and it looks like Grandad Stee is closing onto the back of Tuggy Bear here for P8, and Effie's got round Tro and Fury for P12. So Effie making movements in this race. Lecky's fallen down to P11. Something's happened to Lecky, and he's going backwards. Things are going from bad to worse for him. Losing loads of time. Was running up in P3 this time a couple of laps ago. Disappointment there. Lionsfoot, our Welsh driver from Swansea, having a bit of a lonely one there in P3, our final podium spot. Sticking with our boys at the front. Silver Fox saying it's still all to play for. And you're absolutely right, Silver Fox, because the console not letting Luke get away with this one. Half a second just separating these two boys at the front. Neck and neck. We're going to have a look back and see what's going on with Doftinho. He's closing the gap here on our American driver Kembo. He will get no popularity. What's happened to Lionsfoot? Lionsfoot's fallen back. So Ampachui's now into our final podium spot. Totally missed that one on the stream. Going very, very slowly on the right hand side there, pulling over to the side of the road. He's being passed by car after car after car. Our Welshman seems to have a problem with the car. I don't know if he's going to retire from the race, but he's absolutely in the wars at the moment. So Lionsfoot, not sure what happened to him, but that's a disaster from our Welshman. Was running in a podium spot, looked really, really handy around this track in these cars. We'll have to keep an eye on him in the feature race. He will be starting near the front as long as he manages to complete the race. Let's hope he does, and he will be starting definitely in the top half for our feature race. Stay tuned for our feature race, by the way. It'll be a reverse grid of our sprint race, double the laps of whatever we can, complete in this one. So stay with it. It'll be a 5-10 minute gap between the two sessions, so do what you need to do in between those. Our drivers also will be taking a quick little break. But definitely stay tuned, because this is going to be a red hot Thursday night lights here at Watkins Glen. Gap at the front. Luke Bennett stretching it out a little bit here over the console. 1 point. Oh, Alex has spun it. Oh no, disaster for the console. Spinning it out of the chicane. That's going to cost him lots and lots of time. Those tyres are not going to appreciate that one bit. So Luke Bennett now with a bit of a cushion. 5 seconds the gap to our man from Norwich. Let's hope the console can keep it going, keep it pointing in the right direction. He's got P2 sorted as long as he can keep it going. So, console, plenty of pace in these cars. Great driving so far. Let's hope we can keep the good work up. Kembo and Doftinho get cutting through the pack. They're doing a really, really good job of making their way through the field now, and these boys are going to come to a head in a moment. We'll see Kembo here. Seems to be lapping Mav. And Lionsfoot has retired from the race. So that is very, very disappointing there for our Welsh driver. Was running in a flying podium spot, but unfortunately reliability has cost him his Ferrari 488 pit crew, letting him down there. Disappointing there for Scotty. we're going to stick with our battle for P5. The Kembo, driving in his home race, has got a hell of a task on his hands if he's going to hold on to 5th place. Duftinho driving the Porsche, looking like he wants that position more than anything he's ever wanted in his life. As we see him go very, very wide though. Duftinho definitely not nailing that first corner, but he's still not dropped too much time. Let's hope he didn't get a slowdown penalty from the race stewards. What's Tuggy Bear up to? He's got a train of cars behind him. Grandad Steer and Uni Clark definitely looking very aggressive here. It looks like Uni Clark's going to go to the inside of Stee. Does Stee see him? Yes, he does. Gives him the space. These boys are going to go 3 wide coming into the chicane. Someone's going to have to give. And in the end, it is As You Were coming out of the chicane. So Grandad Stee and Uni Clark sorting themselves out there. Looked like they were going to go wheel to wheel. But good clean racing from these boys. Nice to see they're keeping it in the track limits, respecting each other and giving each other the room to race. That is what we like to see here at Robbins Racing. And no exception, these boys. Absolutely fantastic. Silver Fox saying on the stream, Alex just needs to coast to the end now. 2nd place is his. Well, Silver Fox, he's doing a good job at the moment. He's actually closing the gap on Luke Bennett. Let's see what the lap times were last time around. I'm pretty sure that 5-second gap is what it was. And there we go. Nothing to separate these boys. 41 dead from Luke, 41-1 from the console. These guys mirroring each other at the moment. So the console definitely capable of making a change to Luke. In fact, if Luke has a mistake or anything happens to him, then the console is going to be right there to capitalise and, you know, maybe even take the position. So anything can happen in this final 4 minutes. We know that Luke is definitely no stranger to the odd mistake. So keep an eye out for our race leaders here. Anything can happen in the final few laps of this sprint race. Stay tuned with us for the feature race, which will be starting just after the sprint race. About 5-10 minutes of a break, and we will be underway for that one. It'll be double the laps, reverse grid of whatever we do in the sprint race. As we see Kembo now, Duftinho ever closer onto the back of our American driver here for the battle for P5. Action aplenty here at Watkins Glen for Thursday Night Lights 13 here tonight. Having looked back at our battle for P8, looks like Uni Clark's got round Tuggy Bear here for 8th position. Our man from Swindon making amends for a not so great start to this race. Had lots of pace in qualifying, really did have that car nailed down, but struggled in the early part of this race. And we can see Grandad Stee in the foreground in front of these guys. Is Tuggy Bear going to try and come back here at Uni Clark? Definitely seemed to outbrake himself, just a tiny bit there, but he's kept it on the back of him. So Tuggy Bear managing to grind that car to a halt there. To me, he did seem to miss his braking point, but maybe that was just my vantage point. Not really telling me the full story. Tuggy Bear doing an excellent job here of sticking with Uni Clark. Oh, Uni Clark's lost the car. Tuggy Bear putting him under pressure there, and he has the position, so Tuggy Bear is up into 8th place. Uni Clark there cracking under pressure from our man from Chesterfield, and good lap that last time around there from Tuggy as well. 42.7, bettered only by the front two, Luke Bennett and the console. So Tuggy Bear absolutely flying at the moment. Grandad Stee also seems to be closing in on the back of Kembo now. Silver Fox, big hit in the wall there for Uni Clark. Yes, it was. Hope that car's alright. It should be okay. Only visual damage on for the Thursday Night Lights Championship here in Robbins Racing. Would just like to say to the boys watching on stream, if you're interested in joining the Robbins Racing League, head to www.robbinsracing.co.uk, get yourselves involved in the action, click on the register as a driver tab, become a part of the racing that you see in front of you. It's free to join. We're one of the best racing communities. We've got helpful people all over the Discord, people who just want to help each other get faster, get better at driving. One of the fastest, most competitive PlayStation 4 leagues in the world, I would say. The most authentic sim racing experience on the PlayStation 4 platform. Silver Fox, I like saying I'm a part of the league and race against these guys. Silver Fox, which one are you? You're not Grey Warrior, are you? Anyway, back with our race leader into the final minute of this sprint race. Driving the Porsche 911, has driven flawlessly so far in this one. Silver Fox, just letting you know, I can't see emojis in the comments. The emojis don't show up, so, but I think I know who you are anyway. So our esports driver Luke Bennett really has driven a fantastic race. A couple of mistakes allowed the console to get his nose in, and the console more than his match. So it'd be interesting to see these boys fighting their way through the pack for our feature race. Stay tuned for our feature race. Be starting about 5-10 minutes after the end of the sprint. Let's hope that Luke stays with us for the feature. He said that he may not be around for this one, but let's hope that he stays, because he's driven an absolutely fantastic race in the sprint, and we need someone like him to be carving his way through the pack. Silver Fox says, nice drive Luke, congratulations. I echo those sentiments, Silver Fox. Out of the last corner he comes, onto the pit straight now. Luke Bennett, pro esports driver from Birmingham, comes over the line to take the sprint race here for Thursday Night Lights 13 here at Robbins Racing. The console unlucky with a little bit of a mistake. That's all it took, just one mistake. Drop the position to Luke. He finishes in second place. Great job there from the console. Amber Chewy is going to complete our podium, barring any major mishaps coming out of the last turn. Our South African racing out of Ireland comes over the line to complete the podium. Traven is going to come round in P4. Duftino with a nice comeback drive there, setting green sector times at the end of that race. 5th place for him. We got Grandad Stee, our man from Newcastle, over the line in 6th. Showed some good pace in that one. Our man from Swindon, Uni Clark, in 7th. Tuggy Bear over the line in 8th. So Tuggy Bear must have made a mistake at the end of that race, because Uni Clark with the position back. Uni Clark with a good hefty smack into the wall, a couple of laps from home there. So Tuggy Bear must have repaid him by doing something pretty similar. Effie over the line in 9th place. We got Kenbo in 10th, our American driver, disappointing in his home race there. He'll be hoping for a better outing. We'll be starting up near the front in the feature race. Lecky, after running P3 in the opening laps. That's a horrible disappointment there for Lecky. Seems to have... Has he run out of fuel, or maybe he's just having a quiet moment? I can imagine he's bitterly disappointed after that one. Fury just coming through the last couple of turns now, and he will complete the race in 12th place. Nice job, Fury. Thanks for sticking with it, buddy. And Mav lap down in 13th place. Thank you ever so much for watching our sprint race for Robbins Racing's Thursday Night Lights Championship 13th edition here at Watkins Glen. Make sure you join us for our feature race. We're going to get going in about 5, maybe 10 minutes. On the way, so the feature race has begun here for Thursday Night Lights 13 here at Watkins Glen. Looks like a nice start on the inside from Fury. Is he going to go up the inside of Lecky here? Lecky in the middle. Lecky up into... Oh, what's happened? Lecky up into P2. So Fury 3rd. Then we got Mav in 4th. Effie 5th. Then we've got Tuggy Bear down in 7th place. Uni Clark, Duftino, Grandad Stee, Traven. The console up into P12. Amber Chewy, Yasko and DJ Phil at the back. Lecky looking very, very feisty on the outside here of Lion's Foot.
He's not willing to give up.
Yeah, this is Lecky
and
down
he's
the
first.
outside. He's in the lead. Is he going to hold it? He does.
Yes,
lovely
beautifully through the outside. Oh, there's a contact and there's a big crash.
Effie and Ken was that. Effie that seems to be on the side of the track, so that's a disaster there for Effie.
That's very unfortunate for Effie.
Yeah, that was Amber Chewy there making contact.
In the meantime, the console as well. Yeah, the console has problems. Oh, what happened with his car over there?
I don't know, it seems to be a little bit of lag there, but the console definitely cutting his way through the pack. Is he going to go for a move up the inside here?
Ooh, Effie beautifully holding that position as well.
Console up the inside of Grandad Stee. So the console on a mission here. He's got 12 seconds to the leader and finishing P2 in the sprint. I'm sure he'll be looking to go one better in the feature with the absence of our pro esports driver Luke Bennett for this one.
Let's see, for the meantime, it's Also, there's a change of position as well with Uniclark, and the battle for 7th position is very, very high, with 2 people also trying to get to 7th. It's incredible to see as well.
Here we go. So we got Uniclark here, trying to defend the position from Traven. He's got Ambituri in the background, also looking to get involved in this battle. Is Traven going to go for a move on Uniclark? He's very, very close as he comes into turn 1. He has a look up the inside, shows him the inside, and no, it looks like Uniclark just about holding on.
Not yet.
Looking very strong, and in the background, Ambituri and Effie definitely closing in on these guys now. So they see this battle going on, and this is going to definitely cost them time.
But very hard on the grass. Very hard on the grass.
Yeah, but Uniclark.
Tiny crash.
That's going to allow these guys to get in the slipstream. I mean, possibly might go 3 wide here coming into the chicane. Let's hope the boys can keep it clean. Up to the chicane, hard on the brakes. Uniclark.
That's very difficult as well.
And it's
for Ambituri.
Oh,
especially with the broken front.
Effie around the outside here of Ambituri.
That's such a shame. Especially Ambituri as well with that broken nose that he has.
Obviously visual damage in this one though, Seb, so it shouldn't affect him.
That's true. My apologies.
That's alright.
It's been too long.
No worries. But looking down the order, Lecky building the gap here at the front. He's got a gap of 3 seconds now for Lionsfoot. Lionsfoot still seems to be struggling. Maybe he's got pins and needles in his feet, because definitely losing time here at the front to Lecky at the moment is Lionsfoot.
In the meantime, the first pits has already been made by Mav.
Yeah, Mav first to blink. Let's hope that he's got that sorted out, but 2 minutes and 47 seconds off the pace set. So obviously some kind of damage or something definitely wrong with that car, because that shouldn't be happening in these GTE cars. They should be pretty much in and out. Oh, so we see Effie here under pressure, Traven in the slipstream.
Very much under pressure. It's going to be a close one, especially with the Ferrari.
Oh, Effie, you're late
on the brakes. Is that BMW going to be in the middle of the race? Uniclark! He's losing it!
Oh, Uniclark.
That's Uniclark who lost
Almost lost it, yeah. Very, did fantastically well to hold on to that. I thought that was going to be him. I thought he was going to take the others with him as well. So, brilliant job from our man from Swindon, just holding it together there. Yeah, really good. But
also managing. Yeah, of course. I mean, he lost a couple of positions, but to be able, it's better to break and lose a couple of positions in the short term than ruining it for everybody else as well in the process.
Absolutely.
And that's what I really respect about Clark. In the meantime, Jasko has something red. I assume that's a penalty or something around that.
Jasko VR. Struggling a little bit in this one. He hasn't really made the kind of game to expected. Obviously, he's our GT3 points championship leader. He's having an excellent battle in the GT3 championship on Robbins Racing, our Sunday league, with Leonardo, Joe Pereira. But in this one, GTEs, he's not quite got it sorted. Jasko's struggling.
Is it the car that's his problem? Because I assume he must not be comfortable within the GT3s then. Sorry, GTs.
Well, it does seem that way. He's been driving the Lamborghini in the GT3 Championship, and without that option in the GTEs, it does seem to be a bit lost for pace. And he's driving the 488 in this one. He's still staying with his Italian manufacturer, but definitely hasn't got that sorted the same way he's got that Lamborghini sorted in the GT3 Championship. For whatever reason, our Bosnian driver not on the pace at the minute.
That's a big shame. In the meantime as well, Tagibert, Clark, all of them very close, as you can see here by the timings. What do you think as well for in the meantime with Kenbo? Kenbo, who usually doesn't have to, very close as well.
Yep, it looks like Kenbo up into P3. He's made the move here on Fury, so Fury is still looking like he wants that back though. And he's coming under pressure now from Datinho.
Yeah, I think that's Datinho who he overtook, and not Fury. I think Fury.
No, it's Kenbo in P37. Then you got Fury behind him, Datinho.
Yeah, exactly,
and
exactly.
Oh,
but
is Effie going to go around the outside here if Datinho? Going to come back at him maybe?
That's beautifully done.
These boys side by side back through those corners, and wheel to wheel. That's the testament to the clean driving that you see in the Robbins Racing League. And Effie looking like he's going to try and come back here. Is he going to try and make a move here up the inside. Doesn't look close enough on this occasion. Oh no, he's going to make a dive. Effie making the dive. Oh, lovely move there from Effie, Seb.
Beautiful, beautiful, and you know, usually dive bombs are very, very risky moves. So much so that there's a crash. That's Fury.
Oh, Fury's lost the car. He's going to have to let the whole field go past him here, because otherwise he's going to be an obstruction.
That's such a shame.
Desperately unlucky there from our young Englishman. Meanwhile, Effie definitely unable to shake off Duftinho.
Oh, that's also Duftinho who crashed.
Yeah,
at the back of that.
It's very lucky that it's only visual damage in this feature race here for the Thursday Night Lights Championship. Meanwhile, at the front, Seb, I just want to make a quick shout out to Lecky. Hell of a job here. 7.5 seconds is his gap. Potentially could take his maiden victory in the Robbins Racing. Aside from, obviously, he is leading the RRTCC Tier 2. But in terms of top level Robbins Racing races, this is the first big opportunity that he's got of taking a W. Oh, as you see Duftinho getting out of shape.
Duftinho.
Yep, spins the car around, gets it going again, good to see. But yeah, Lecky with a fantastic chance here of taking his maiden victory in the Robbins Racing League.
And look at that as well at the map, how far he is from everybody else. It's quite incredible to see. Usually you don't have that in leagues as such, and especially for somebody's maiden race as well.
Absolutely.
And it's incredible.
Maiden victory. If he can win it, it's his maiden victory. But he's gonna definitely face some stiff competition in this one, I'm sure.
In the meantime, Lion is trying to hold on for second place. You can really see the difference. Not not in skill obviously, because Lion is a really good driver, so is Lecky, but in competition from each other. Lion is holding on to second place, trying to survive for that spot, and Lecky is just casually driving as if it's a nice Sunday stroll.
Yeah, Lecky's got clean air, and he's really. I'm surprised at first off how Lecky's really taken off, but secondly, I'm a little bit surprised at how Lionsfoot does appear to be struggling, because he was really going very well in the sprint race. He actually was the only guy to really keep Luke and the console in sight. But that cramp does seem to be affecting him somewhat, and maybe hasn't got it sorted. Obviously we know that he was giving himself some treatment in between the races, but it's a shame to see that Lionsfoot definitely not with the sort of pace that he had in the sprint races. We see the console here.
The console as well,
up into P7.
One of the main stars of the first race and of qualifying. Of course, one of the moderators, as you mentioned to me, of the league.
Yep.
And of Robbins Racing, but as we can see, he's trying to hold on to seventh position now in lap 7. Maybe also trying to make it up to 6. What do you think of the console so far?
So the console, he started obviously at the back, Seb, so he's really done a good job to get himself up into P7. Maybe the progress that he's made wasn't as quick as we maybe anticipated it would be. He hasn't had it easy coming through the pack. You never have it easy in the Robbins Racing League. Every single driver in this league will give you a run for your money. There's no easy opponents. There's no one there's no pushovers in this league, is what I'm trying to say. So the console, it's definitely not going to have it all his own way as he comes through the pack. Traven has definitely been one of the star performers in the Thursday Night Lights League. He's finished in the podium in the last week's feature race. So the console at the moment, he is doing a good job here through the pack, but it's definitely not going to have it all his own way, and this is not going to be an easy job for him.
In the meantime, battle for second as well, as Effie tries to survive Lion. I'm very sorry.
He's got past him. Effie's got past Lionsfoot.
He has. But is Lion going to get that back? That's the big question that we have. As you said, there are no easy challenges in in Robbins Racing, but Lecky is beating all the odds. He's kind of he's kind of showing the contrary.
He's absolutely pissed off in this one so far. He's really left them in his dust, and the dust is cleared by the time anyone gets to the point. Oh,
and it's Lion!
Oh no! Is he gonna? He's gonna
He's
collect.
trying to rejoin.
He's gonna collect Kembo there.
Kenbo.
Scotty in all sorts of bother in this feature race. That foot definitely hasn't recovered sufficiently, and potentially a danger to himself and to others at the moment. Let's hope that Scotty can get that sorted out. I fear desperately for our Welshman. He's really has got such good talent in these GTE cars, but struggling massively in our feature race.
That's very unfortunate. He was doing so well as well in the race, holding on to that P2 and P3. But unfortunately, you know, medical stuff happens here and there, and of course, all of us at Romans Racing wish him a very, very good recovery with, with that cramp.
For Scotty there, yeah.
In the meantime, Jasko is the one who's trying to make it all happen. He's seeing it from the back. Sorry, I tried to get this camera over here.
The console's got past Lionsfoot. He's going to go around the outside, and Lionsfoot definitely keeping it clean there. Jasko's going to try out the inside of our man from Wales. Is he going to make the move? Looks like he's going to make it stick. It's 488 versus 488.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
contact.
But Lionsfoot holds on. And it's a beautiful recovery, however, that he made with his Ferrari. It's unfortunate because it looks like Lion, you know, is just accepting his fate at the challenges, unfortunately. And as far as I know, Lion is one of those warriors at Romans Racings that usually never wants to give up. Sorry, did I say Ferrari? I meant the Ford.
Yeah, no, I made the same mistake. They look really so similar in the GTE class. I'm sorry, I think I made that mistake. He is driving a Ford GT there, so that's not beautiful a Ferrari. Car. Lovely, yeah. Driving, I'm sure we'll get plenty of support for our American crowd here driving that car.
No, definitely. But the question here remains for Lionsfoot, however, is can he withhold and can he create opportunities for himself again? We've talked about his cramps, we've talked about his medicals. You could see it here within this race. He's kind of, you know, accepting defeat a little bit without trying to hurt Lionsfoot too much. But you know, Lionsfoot still.
Oh, we got Effie. Effie off into the barriers.
Oh, Effie.
Is that no? It's Jasko. You're right. You're right. It's Jasko.
Yeah.
Driving the same livery, same car there, but Jasko in the wars on his way back through the pack was setting some fantastic lap times. Green sectors on his last time round, but that will not do him any favours.
Oh, there's somebody else that's gone out there as well.
Somebody in the wall. The console. That's the console.
That's the console.
Oh, what is it better than?
Lionsfoot is back up to fifth.
Unbelievable. It's all going off here, Seb, on lap 10 of our feature race for Thursday Night Lights.
Beautiful.
My goodness. Oh, it's action aplenty here at Watkins Glen. We're seeing guys off in the wall making contact.
For Lionsfoot.
Oh, Unique holding it.
Nearly.
Yeah, we've got Porsche looking very feisty on the outside here as well of Lionsfoot. That's Duftino here. Is he going to go for a move?
Let's see if he is doing anything, but it looks like he isn't.
Blink and you'll miss it.
Looks like he's holding off just a little bit. But as you can see, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry, Seb. Go on.
No, I'm just saying, like Lionsfoot, like I said, he's one of those warriors that never wants to give up. Unfortunately, I wonder, is his Mavu, by the way, retired?
Mav is out of the race. I was just going to say, Lionsfoot definitely got a heart of a lion, actually.
Definitely. Unfortunately, is his medical situation a little bit too much for his heart to take?
He does seem to be managing it. Absolutely, but he does seem to be managing it. Seems to have maybe recovered a little bit. Took it easy for a couple of laps and responding. Now
go through the pain.
Maintaining the gap to our leaders. So Lionsfoot, I wouldn't count him out at this point. You know,
in the meantime, Kenbo and Lecky going in the pits. That allows Lionsfoot to be fourth.
That's our race leader, Lecky.
And get his back position. Get his position back. Yeah, Lecky. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I completely missed that he was leading for like 20 seconds.
Completely forgot about him. Lecky in a bit of a league of his own at the moment. Having said that, though, I noticed the gap before he pitted was a little bit less. It was down at about 10 seconds. So Effie was closing the gap before Lecky came into the pits. So this is going to be not an easy job at all for Lecky to hold on to the lead here. once Effie comes into the pits. It's going to be interesting to see where these boys come out in relation to each other. We know 30 seconds is more or less a pit stop around Watkins Glen. We're just having a look at the comments there. Paul Trotman, who's otherwise known as Tro, was starting in the race. Said he's gutted. He's only just getting his internet back online now, watching the stream. Good to have you with us, Paul. Silver Fox saying Console may be on for a podium here, taking a number of places in quick succession. That was obviously before the Console hit the wall on the exit of turn 1 and dropped to loads of positions. Console running down in P7. Champ, our LMP1 championship leader, by the way, big shout out, could be winning the championship on Saturday night. It's got a great battle going on there with Richie. He says in the comments, is this a new graphics package I see? I like it. Well, Champ, this is what happens when you've got two broadcasters in the room. And obviously Seb joining me in the commentary box means that he's now the director of the race, and I've got the stream on my side of the
but a commentator
box. So we're both commentating, but he's in control of all the camera angles and making it look nice and snazzy for all of you guys at home watching on the stream as we see. So we've got, is Yasko going to go for a move up the inside here of Lionsfoot? Had a look, thought better of it, but he has got the Console all over him. And who's that coming out of the pits? That is, is that on the inside? A lap down.
No, yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's Traven. So Traven has dropped lots of time in the pit lane. Must have had damage on that car.
Yasko is trying to go for it, trying to go for Lionsfoot, but the Console is also going for it. It's free
wide. Oh my goodness, Console to back
Yasko
out
takes it. Lionsfoot, however, Lionsfoot gets out.
Contact between Alex
got tapped by the Console.
Yeah, contact between Alex and Scott there, and well, Yasko benefiting from all of that drama, and he's up into P4.
I'm not sure the stewards would like that action from the Console, however.
Oh, the Console!
But he crashed against the barrier.
Yeah, obviously the Console and Console and Scotty, good friends, knew each other before Robin's racing. They've raced with each other a lot of times, so this could potentially be a little bit of a spanner in that friendship. But I'm sure that those guys definitely have a score to settle after that drama on going through the chicane.
Deftinho in the meantime trying to get to second place, and it's now finally a battle to get into first, even though he's still 2 seconds ahead, but it's at least better than 20.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing a good job here, Deftinho. It's definitely limited the damage done earlier in the race. It looks to be really hassling our man from Swindon, Uni Clark, as they come down the pit straight. And last time around from Deftinho, 42.3. His fastest lap of the race is a 1:41, so really has got that car flying. Tim, I'm going to keep an eye on Lecky here because he's 13 seconds off the leader, and Effie's been in, which means Lecky is 11 seconds ahead of Effie, who was running in second. So Lecky definitely getting the best of those pit stops. Next up for Lecky is going to be Lionsfoot. Now they're technically driving different races, obviously with Lionsfoot having not pitted, so it'd be interesting to see whether the Lecky gets a bye from Lionsfoot, or whether Lionsfoot tries to fight him.
Let's see about that, but you know, Lecky has been so powerful this whole race, especially, you know, with his Ford trying to maintain and being 20 seconds ahead of everybody for a good amount of time, but now only Lecky in the way, and in the meantime it's free. If you want to go back, it's still free positions, trying to get to first. Sorry. But in the meantime as well, a beautiful battle by Lecky.
Let's have a look at the leaders, Seb. Let's see what they're up to. Tuggy Bear still yet to pit, as is Uni Clark and Deftinho. These boys fighting for what I think will be a net 4th position once everyone's made their mandatory pit stop.
Of course, but Deftinho is also not willing to give up. For Uni Clark, very, very close battle, and Jasko is the one behind them, seeing it all.
Yeah, Jasko got a box seat of this one, front row seats for this little battle here between the man from Swindon and our man from the Czech Republic, as Jasko pulls into the pit lane. So Jasko definitely making his mandatory stop, maybe a little bit of engine damage there, deciding to pull the plug on that little battle, could possibly end up jumping these two if they end up scrapping it out. So Jasko with
also
some interesting tactics there, pitting early. Already
Jasko also saying it's not my fight, none of my business. I'll let them battle it out, see what happens, see where I can get in front.
Yeah, see if he can get the quicker pit stop. As we see, it looks like Dartinho looking to the inside now of Uniclark. Is he going to go up the inside? No, he thinks better of it that time around. Comment from Mavview saying, a message from Mav team wrecked in the connection glitch after that. So he's saying that the car wasn't up to the standard that he was hoping for in this one. So Mav obviously was running a lap down in this race. He retired the car, and disappointing for him.
That's very, very unfortunate. But we'll see him hopefully at the next race. I can't wait to see another Robbins racing. If you can't wait either, please make sure that you subscribe and follow us on Instagram, and also join our Discord. And you will never miss out any of the action that we have here at Robbins Racing. Get that notification bell as well, so you know every time when we are live.
That's it. Took the words out of my mouth. And also be sure to sign up for our next season. Our championship sign-up page is on the front page of our Discord.
Beautiful. Dartinho took first.
Oh, Dartinho.
Sorry to
no, that's all right.
To interrupt you there.
No. So Tuggy Bear losing positions. It looks like he's coming under pressure from Uniclark. Is Uniclark going to get around our man from Chesterfield? He's going to try around the outside of the final turn, but Tuggy Bear going defensive, and looks like Tuggy Bear's into the pits.
He's going into the pits. Yeah, he lost a lot of momentum, lost a lot of speed, and it's better at that moment just to pit and just to kind of take a break a little bit, take a little breather, and just go back out, see what happens.
Absolutely, go again, try and get the jump on these guys. They're going to be fighting each other, which is going to slow both of them down. So it is a perfect opportunity to, you know, get the ascendancy in this race. And these guys fighting for the top positions here, you know, 3rd, 4th, 5th, once everyone pits. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Obviously, Lecky does appear to be in control of this one. He has got a lead of 12 seconds over Effie. Obviously, Dartinho, Uniclark, Lionsfoot all still need to make their mandatory pit stop. Other than that, I think everyone's been in. Grandad Stee, I think, also needs to come in. Having said that, Sebby, do you know if Grandad Stee's pitted in? I haven't.
I haven't, but if you want, we can look at the timings very quickly.
Very quickly, let's just see if Grandad Stee's been in for his mandatory stop. It doesn't really
doesn't say anything, unfortunately. I'll take it down very quickly now as well.
We will have to keep an eye on Steve, see if see how that one develops, because he's 35 seconds off the lead. So once Dartinho comes in, it'd be interesting to see. It should be pretty clear in front of him, to be honest, but definitely keep an eye on that one. So Lecky in the prime position has pitted, 9 seconds off the lead. Will definitely assume the lead of this race. We're just over half distance here for our feature race for Thursday Night Lights, 13th edition here at Watkins, Glen. Seb, do you think that Lecky has got this one sorted, if he can keep this car going?
It's very, very close, because I think Dartinho is also one of the big competitors over there. Uniclark also never willing to give up. I give Lion also really one of... you know, he has a big heart, and I know he wants to win this as well. So Lecky, while he has a big chance, he's been winning, you know, he's been mastering this circuit, mastering both of the races today, but he's got a big challenge ahead of him right now at 3rd place. But he's not the only one at the moment as well. Jasko is looking very, very dangerous in front of Effie.
Absolutely, but it can't seem to clear him at the moment. These two teammates in the 488.
Fortunately.
No team orders, though, clearly, at this point in time. So obviously Jasko does seem to have the pace on Effie, but the team still haven't come on the radio. I'm half expecting a team radio for Effie saying Jasko is faster than you, but we'll have to wait and see on that one, because obviously the Ferrari team very, very much orientated towards what's best for the team, not the drivers. But Effie definitely seems to be doing what's best for him at the moment. But we'll keep an eye on this one, see how it develops.
Meanwhile, I'm also expecting a team radio as well from Dartinho, baby. Calm down.
Yeah, well, Rob Smedley is a race engineer for a lot of our drivers tonight. Oh, man from Middlesbrough there. Yeah, he's multitasking tonight. I'm sure he's catering for half the grid. And let's hope that he's got better at lying than what it was like in Germany all those years ago.
Oof. Coming into dangerous territory.
I'll stop being controversial now. Let's crack on with the action. So.
Let's get on with Jasko as well. Jasko now, hopefully team radio happen, because if not, it's going to be a very dangerous.
He's getting
with
held
Effie
up.
and Jasko not willing to take 6th place, not willing to let Jasko by and maybe take some of that slipstream.
Yeah,
but Effie's not willing to give up. Jasko looks very dangerously, but he's losing some time as well.
Yeah, the Ferrari team definitely need to get on the team radio there and have a little word with Effie. You know, at the end of the day, they can swap the positions over if Jasko is not able to close in on Lion's foot, but they've got nothing to lose at the end of the day by swapping those positions over. As we see Jasko showing him the inside. Just having a look at...
Yes, but he's also... Oh, no, sorry, my apologies.
It looked like he lost it coming into the corner, but it looked like he'd outbraked himself, but he kept it together.
Yeah, I thought Effie was also showing the inside to Jasko, saying, you know, you're not getting in, you're not, you know, passing me, not at all. You have to fight for it.
Definitely,
so
mind games.
That's what I thought was happening, but, you know, I might be wrong as well.
No, definitely some mind games going on here in the Ferrari team, but it does seem as though...
Definitely.
Yeah, Jasko's car obviously struggling in the dirty air. You do find, especially around Watkins Glen, that the turbulent air from these cars does start to grind away at these boys, and they will be struggling following those cars, especially lap after lap after lap, following a car directly behind it. It does take its toll on the aero efficiency.
We do have to also take into account that Effie has a time penalty, so if he wants to stay, in the meantime Uniclark is in the pits, but if he wants to stay 5th, he does have to work for it as well. He cannot just let Jasko stay as close as he is at the moment. It might be better if they just switch positions and have that done, because he's got nothing to win anyway.
Uniclark
and
and
Lion is in the pits. Uniclark in the pits as well, which allows the fourth... Well, sorry, the Ferrari. Oh, Jesus Christ! The Ferrari teams to be second, and 3rd, and 4th.
Keep getting those mixed up today.
Yeah, it's a disaster. The GTs, they're horrible.
Yeah, they're not easy. You think you got it all figured out with the GT3s? They look so similar, those cars, but the GTEs definitely difficult nuts to crack. So these guys running in our final podium spots, both pitted. So this is now all about whether these guys can close in on our guys at the front. Duftino still yet to pit. Lecky running in a prime position. All he has to do is get that car to the flag. He's got 7.5 laps left in this race to bring that car home, and he will take his first ever Rubbings Racing victory. It must be nervous times for Lecky. He's got a 10-second gap to these guys who are holding each other up by battling it out. I don't know why team orders haven't been issued here, but it's costing both of them.
Me neither. In the meantime, Lion is not willing to give up as well. But he's going quite slow.
Yeah,
I thought it would have been a bigger battle between him and Tug.
Lion's face.
But he's just letting it go slowly. It's a bit of a shame to see that. But I'm
really
sure
pushing it. That cramp is obviously getting to him.
It's a shame. Lion's foot. I know I probably shouldn't say this, but if the cramp becomes too much, just retire, my guy. It's, you know, your health is worth a lot more than the esports league. You know.
I echo those
it would be my suggestion, but then again, I'm just a commentator. Don't shoot the messenger.
But at the end of the day, Seb, he's a racer, and he's never going to give
up. He's a warrior.
Up. As we said,
he's a warrior.
Heart of a lion, Lion's foot, and he's never going to give it up.
That's what my thoughts were immediately as well. After I said that, he's one of those guys that just doesn't want to give up, doesn't listen to people telling him to slow down or quit. He's a bit of a Niki Lauda type, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Very single-minded, determined to do his own thing, and he's actually very good at setting up the car as well. So that is another likeness there to Niki Lauda. Rest in peace, by the way, Niki Lauda. True legend.
Amazing.
Of F1. Amazing guy.
True legend. True legend. And look at that in the meantime as well. Oh, my apologies. There you go.
Oh, Seb, can we just have a look at Tuggy Bear and Lions for P8?
Of course.
So you can see here, Tuggy Bear definitely. Well, it said on the timing screens that they were close, but it doesn't look like it on the track, does it?
It does not. I mean, they are in the same corner, but it's still a bit far away from each other. In the mean, Duftino is in the pits.
Yep. This will release Lecky into the lead of the race. So now Lecky's going to feel the pressure Lecky's definitely going to feel the pressure now as we enter the last
very interesting.
6 laps here at Watkins Glen. He's got a gap of 9 seconds to our Ferrari teammates who are still battling it out amongst each other, but they are closing the gap on him.
In the meantime,
let's have a look at the lap times.
Granddad is in the meantime. Look at the lap times. There you go. Is that what you wanted, or my apologies?
That's all right. That's all right. So we got Granddad C here, definitely making gains here on Tuggy Bear. This is the battle for P7.
Granddad just gave him the position. He didn't fight for. Tuggy didn't need to fight for it. He just gave it to him. That's what I thought was so weird about it. That's what I thought was very weird.
Maybe he's got some kind of problem with that car, and it's down on speed at the moment.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to have that extra, clean air a little bit.
Having a look at Granddad Steve's car there, one side of his car has taken a hefty whack into the barriers, you can tell, because one of his lights on, one's off, so something definitely not right there. He's coming back at Tuggy Bear, does his fastest first sector of the entire race that time round, Granddad Steve, so definitely with the lighter fuel loads near the end of this race is fighting back, and Tuggy Bear's not going to have this to himself. The battle for P7, we're in the final 5 laps here at Watkins Glen.
Let's have a look at that at Grandad.
Seb, I just noticed at the front.
Yes.
Effie took 2 seconds out of Lecky's lead at the front. 2 seconds he gained on him. So Effie and Yasko are really closing the gap now on our man from Manchester, Rubbings Racing moderator, Rubbings Racing Touring Car Championship coordinator, Lecky. He's currently leading in the 13th edition of the Thursday Night Lights Championship. Let's hope that he can hold on. He's only got 5 laps. Here.
I mean, Effie and Yasko, they are both still extremely competitive. They don't want to give up and be demoted to that last podium position.
Oh no, they would not let that
Definitely
happen.
Not.
But this is.
But is Yasko gonna do it?
Oh, my
apologies.
But these guys both compromising each other. Oh, a little bit of a wobble. Yasko in his haste to get one. Is he going to try at the inside?
It
of
actually
his
got to his
advantage.
advantage.
The two teammates.
That's contact.
Oh, just like Brazil.
That's contact.
Just like Brazil on Sunday, the two Ferraris hit each other. And that's caught up in the accident. So this is, oh my goodness, this is just like Brazil. On Sunday afternoon, we had the incident between Vettel and the clerk, and the two Ferrari teammates, Yasko and Effie, have done exactly the same thing. Seb,
yeah, and there's more.
What's the team going to say about that? There's going to be a very long debrief at Maranello tomorrow morning, because these boys managed to take each other out with 5 laps to go, both of them with a podium in the bag. Now it's slightly called into question. Duff Tino definitely caught up in that incident, but now Uniclark and Duff Tino and the console joining in this battle for second place. We have got, well, Effie seems to have dropped some time on his teammate actually. Yasko definitely pulling out that gap, 4 seconds he's got, but the battle for the final podium spot.
Look at that,
Effie, Uniclark, Duff Tino and the
not
console.
Wanting to give up.
Yeah, it's a 4-way battle here for our final podium spot, sir.
It's incredible. In the meantime, I just want to let you know as well, Grandad got ahead of Tuggy.
Yep,
not that it matters now, but by the chaos that has happened on the 20th lap.
Yeah, Grandad Steve doing a good job there, getting past our man from Chesterfield. We're going to stick with our battle here for the final podium spot. In the meantime, that's allowed Lecky, our race leader, to pull out the gap on our man is second, Yasko. So Lecky, barring any catastrophes, has got the race win, his first ever win in the Rubbings Racing League. This is a massive day here for our Rubbings Racing moderator. Hopefully he can keep it together in the final 3.5 laps here for our feature race for Thursday Night Lights at Watkins Glen. We're going to stay with our battle for the final podium spot.
Deftinho is not willing to give up. Deftinho is not willing to give up.
That's all.
He needs to get outside.
Yasko's had a moment. Yasko's lost heaps of time. He's down into P5.
Oh, that's incredible.
Just going with a mistake into the chain. I don't know if he had a slowdown penalty.
The controller is not willing to let him go on that simple mistake.
Yeah, the console definitely piling the pressure on. This is the battle between 2nd and 6th place. We've got a train of 5 cars here battling over 2nd place. In the meantime, Lecky with this one to himself.
Yeah, Lecky is like you said, it's like he does this every single day, you know.
Task to the field. absolute class of the field in this feature race.
Incredible, incredible. He's a bit of a league at his own. Not, you know, I don't want to discredit the other drivers. Absolutely not. But it just seems so simple for Lecky.
Always what you see. Looks like is that Effie? No, it's Uniclark. Uniclark on the outside there of Dartinho up into third place, and Effie is definitely clearing off ahead of these guys. The Ferrari team will be disappointed. They were on for a double podium in this one, but the collision between Effie and Jasko costing them dearly.
And in the meantime, Jasko is still not going. He's still going strong, still not willing to give up for that P5. But Uniclark has the biggest. No, sorry, Effie. No, sorry, Uniclark. My bad. Is having the biggest problem of all. And there are two battles going on.
Yeah,
as we see here, Dartinho is trying to go ahead of Uniclark all over him.
Go side by side into the chicane, and Dartinho's got the position up the inside.
Takes it.
Uniclark, a little bit of a wobble, may find himself vulnerable to an attack here from Jasko. Jasko still could potentially make it a double podium for the Ferrari team, but they've let themselves down there. Those guys not marshalling themselves to the standard that we would expect from teammates.
The console trying to get through the outside as well.
I'm sorry, sir, but I really can't get enough of this collision between the Ferrari teammates. This one's going to drag on and on and on the Discord. I know that these guys should be working together. Same livery, same car, but definitely not the same objective.
No, this is what happens when you have two people who, in the same team, who are very competitive, who have this competitive mindset, who want to be the best.
Absolutely, it ends up being a battle of the egos, technically.
Who are the best as well, you know, as who are the best? If not, they wouldn't be here in this league, you know, and that's what happens when you have two of the people with the same mindset.
Always Jasko going to go for a move. Jasko goes up the inside of Uniclark.
Yes, he is.
P4. He's got 2 laps now to close the gap here on Dartinho and join his teammate on the podium. If I imagine it will be some scenes of tribulation on the podium between those guys. Can't wait for the end of this one.
That was a nice slide from the console though, but is he going to make it in front of Uniclark?
Definitely looking dangerous. Console will be desperately disappointed with this one. Really, this was a chance for him to take a W in the feature race. Finished second in the sprint behind absolute class Luke Bennett, esports driver, pro esports driver. Credit to Rubbings Racing, the console with a great opportunity, but hasn't really made the most of this feature race. Mistakes and small errors have cost him. But could potentially be on for a P5 finish.
Oh no! Contact!
Contact between Uniclark and the console. Oh my goodness, we've seen so much action in this race, so much wheel to wheel. It's been mostly clean, but my goodness, we've seen some incidents in this one, and I'm sure that the stewards panel will be absolutely jam-packed. So obviously Thursday Night Lights not being a regular series, it is a weekly event, but it's not a championship. Oh, he almost went into the tyre barriers there. Obviously, Thursday Night Lights not a championship, no points gained for finishing in this race. So it is all about pride, and maybe the guys pushing it a little bit too much. The battle for third's definitely on here. Dartinho with his mirrors full of the Jasko.
Dartinho's trying to survive.
Absolutely. Let's right with our race leader, Seb. Lucky, see where he is on the track.
Yes.
I think he must be starting the final lap now.
He's just starting the final lap.
Let's go back
at
with
this exact moment.
Let's go back to a battle for third here. We have got a hell of a battle here on the last lap. Effie, he has got just under a second of a gap here to Dartinho with just under a second of a gap here to Jasko. As we come over the line to start the last lap into turn 1. Jasko will be very, very disappointed. I keep mentioning this, but he is going to be absolutely gutted to have lost the podium spot if he can't indeed get past Dartinho on this last lap. Collision with his teammate Effie. Very, very controversial. I'm sure this one's going to drag on.
Effie does have a penalty. So
he has a penalty?
Yeah, Effie has a penalty. Everything that's in red means that they have a time penalty. So all hope is not lost.
Let's have a look and see.
Yeah, let's have a look. So, Effie has a 2-second penalty, Dartinho has 6, Jasko 10.
This is going to shake it up.
I think that's Uni that has 1, the console 3, and Tuggy Bear has also 1. Sorry, I think that's Tuggy.
Right.
Yeah, that's Tuggy Bear that has 1.
This is really going to shake up the order here then. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is not necessarily what's going to be at the end of the race. So obviously a couple of 10-second penalties in there, maybe some pit lane infringements We're on to the last lap. Let's ride with our leader, Lecky. See whereabouts he is.
I was just about to do the same.
Corners. So, Lecky, 2000, Rubbings Racing moderator, has driven absolutely class of the field in our feature race for Thursday Night Lights, 13th edition. Here he comes, around the last couple of corners now. He has driven a faultless feature race here at Watkins Glen. Lecky comes over the line to take the victory. Well done, mate. What a drive. Brilliant job. Effie is going to come around the last corner now and take second place. And the controversy will continue boiling over from the collision with Yasko. Duftino is going to hold on for our final podium spot ahead of Yasko.
Just about.
That was a good battle there.
Incredible race.
Hell of a fight from those boys. Looks like Uni Clark's going to hold on for fifth. The console, what could have been the console? He had a chance, really had a fantastic pace around this track in this car, but ultimately couldn't make it work. Tuggy Bear around the final corner.
He would have, he could have, and he should have, unfortunately, but
he didn't.
Maybe next time.
That's it.
Maybe next time.
Lionsfoot with a cramp did a great job. Hats off to Scotty actually.
Hats
there
off.
for
Hats off.
Finishing the race.
Good
Obviously,
job.
he's in a lot of pain at the moment.
Incredible.
We
incredibly
salute you, Lionsfoot. Let's go with Lecky. See where he is. Let's see if whereabouts. What's Lecky doing on his cool down lap? Here is our race winner, Lecky, who is driven faultlessly, doing a little bit of a show there for the cameras. So Lecky with his first ever win in the Robbins Racing League. Congratulations! Massive shout out to Lecky. Effie joins him on the podium with Duftino. Yasko ends up in fourth place, dropping time there at the end, obviously with his time penalty. So massive disappointment for him. Uni Clark in fifth. The console is sixth. Tuggy Bear, our man from Chesterfield, is in seventh. Finishes seventh. Lionsfoot, Ambaturi, Traven.
It's going to be a
Kembo, then DJ Phil, Grandad Steel, last to be classified. Sorry, Seb.
Yes, no, sorry. I just want to say it's going to be a long day at the office of the stewards. Unfortunately for them. But It was an entertaining race for us. It was one of the wildest races I've ever seen in my life. And Andy, I want to thank you again for letting me join you.
Thank you very much for joining me in the box, Seb. We're going to try and get an interview with Lecky if we can. We've got Lecky in the room. Lecky, fantastic driving there. You drove a faultless feature race. We were just saying on the stream there, it's your first win at the top level of the Robbins Racing League. How do you feel after that? Just sum up your emotions at the end of that race, please, for us.
Yeah, obviously I'm ecstatic, guys. I'm sorry about that. I was caught up with Park Fair, mate. It's a fight to get to the commentary box. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of people congratulating you, so it'd be a long walk over here. But we're glad you could join us.
Yeah, it was a great race. Not faultless on my part. There was one or two minor incidents, a spin in there at least. So it wasn't the best race of my life, but a solid performance. Kept composure. Managed to get the undercut on the pit despite a long pit. So yeah, overall, really happy.
Yeah, we saw the gap to Effie actually extending in the pit lane. Sorry, Seb.
Yeah, no, Lucky, I had a question for you. You know, you are 10 seconds. You were 10 seconds ahead of everybody. Do you think you're exceeding your competition?
I'd say actually today was a little bit more about preparation than anything else, than skill or luck or anything. I think just putting in the time on the practice track, getting to grips with the car underneath you, paid dividends tonight. I would have said in this category, I'm possibly mid-pack at best, and some of these guys should be a lot quicker. So really pleased with the result tonight.
Brilliant job, Lecky. Thank you very much for joining us, mate. We'll let you get on with your congratulations and take all the plaudits because you really deserve it tonight, mate. Fantastic driving. Well done. I really
appreciate that, guys. Thanks for all your kind words. Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, Lecky. So we all just caught Lecky at the very end there. We were almost about to get off air. Thank you ever so much for joining us, guys. As I say, go to www.rubbingsracing.co.uk, click on register as a driver, get yourselves involved. We're going to get off now. It's good night from us. And Seb, do you have any last words before we get off?
Subscribe, follow, and join the fun. Thank you very much. And thank you, Andy, for letting me join the fun as well as a commentator once again.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. Enjoy.